Theft from UK gardens has risen by 23% since 2017. This means that it's more important than ever to take the security of your garden into account. Hi, I'm Jack from Region Security Gardening's YouTube channel, where we make videos about security and security guards. In today's video, we are going to be looking at ways you can improve the security in your garden. Securing your shed from break-ins. A recent survey on shed burglaries in England and Wales revealed that there is an average of 22,500 per year. This means that your shed is a prime target for thieves. Check your hinges regularly. The hinge on a shed door is the weakest part, so make sure this is part of your maintenance routine. They can be easily unscrewed, so consider replacing the screws with nuts and bolts instead. Improve your locks. There are lots of options out there when it comes to locks for home security. Cheap padlocks aren't going to offer you any protection from bolt cutters and saws, and these types of thieves come prepared. Closed shackle padlocks are the best deterrent. They are heavy duty and specifically designed to defend against these sorts of tools. Install an alarm. While it might not seem like much, these are a great deterrent and there are plenty of options out there to suit your needs. Whichever you go for, most are triggered by movement and battery operated. So you want to ensure it is set up in an area where a break-in would be attempted and that you check the batteries regularly. Do regular maintenance checks. Over time, your shed is going to end up damaged by the elements. Rotten wooden panels and rusted hinges are going to need to be replaced, so they can't be used as easy access points. Keeping your dog safe in your garden. In 2020, there were an estimated 2,000 cases of dog theft reported in England and Wales. This is something that nobody should have to experience. As well as this, your garden needs to be a safe environment for your dogs to enjoy. Install a fence so that active dogs won't be able to escape. A size of 6 foot should be high enough to stop most active pets from clearing it. It is also good practice to check your fencing perimeter to make sure there are no gaps or holes that your pets could squeeze through. Regular maintenance on your fence will save you from any unwanted incidents occurring, especially after adverse weather effects, as fencing panels can be damaged by strong winds and rain. Avoid growing any plants that may be poisonous to dogs. These plants are more common than you would think and pose a serious threat to your dog's health. Oleander, holly, ferns, tulips and ivy are very toxic to dogs. In the description below, we've provided a list of plants that are poisonous to dogs so you know what to avoid. Have a shady area. It's good to have an area of shade in your garden for your dog to cool off during the summer months. If you don't have an area that's shaded by a building, you can use the shade of tall plants and trees. Securing your garden furniture from theft. With all the money that's spent turning your garden into a comfortable environment that you can relax in, you're going to want to make sure that your furniture is secure. Store it in an enclosed area. If you have access to a garage or shed, it is best to keep your furniture locked away when it is not in use. If opportunistic thieves can't see your furniture, it's going to greatly reduce your risk. Use ground anchors. Space and storage might not be an option for you, so ground anchors can be tethered to your furniture, making it harder for them to be moved. Buy heavy furniture. Lighter ornaments and furniture are going to be much easier to be stolen. Heavier items are going to take multiple people and vehicles to be moved. This greatly reduces the risk of them being stolen. Securing your greenhouse. This is an easy target for theft and vandalism. Whether it's a large static structure or a smaller mobile greenhouse, there are options when it comes to keeping it secure. Keep it within sight. Make sure you can see your greenhouse. Reducing any blind spots in your garden, reduce your risk of an incident occurring. If it's a small mobile greenhouse, bring it inside during the night. Install lights in your garden. This applies to your garden security as a whole. A well-lit garden is a big deterrent. Motion-activated lights will notify you of when somebody is in your garden. Combined with a motion-activated alarm, you won't be caught unprepared. The overall effectiveness is going to depend on what kind of light you install. We recommend a floodlight to illuminate as much as possible, but there are smaller alternatives that can be placed around key locations in your garden. How to secure your back gate. Ensure it can't be climbed. Make sure the design of your gate door doesn't have a foothold anywhere, making it easier to climb. Remove anything that provides an access point. Don't keep anything near your gate that could be used as a stepping point for climbing over. This includes plant pots, bins and storage containers. Invest in a good quality lock. Sliding bolts are common for back gates, but if you feel like this isn't enough, there are other options that are more secure. You're going to want to check these locks during your maintenance to make sure they don't need replacing. Also, if you use a lock that requires a key, make sure you change the lock if somebody loses a key. How to secure your fencing. Damaged and inadequate fencing is seen as an invitation by criminals. Having a solid perimeter around your garden is going to offer you increased levels of security. Police recommended fence is 1.8 metres high. Making sure your fence is high is going to make it much more difficult to scale, making potential criminals think twice about whether it is worth the effort. Check it's secure. Make sure that your fence creates a solid boundary around your property. Perform regular maintenance. Check the condition of your fencing every few months. It can be susceptible to damage from the weather and people targeting your property to return later. And there you have it, some simple and effective ways to improve the security of your garden. Can you think of anything we missed? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel if you want to stay updated on all the latest security gardening news. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.